Terraria's bigger and bolder update added a bunch of new secret seeds, one of them being the Abandoned Manors seed. In it, all of the underground cabins are vastly expanded with larger and extra rooms, so I thought, what if I had to make them livable as I explore? Welcome to the Abandoned Manors Challenge. First off, I want to state that this challenge was heavily inspired by Arcane Zero's building playthrough series, which he did just finish, so I highly recommend checking it and his channel out. I also want to thank Chaos and Tommy Tsunami for their build videos that I've been binging for tips and ideas, and links to all these channels will be in the description. Now let me be 100 here to start off. I am pretty new to Terraria. I've owned the game for years, but I didn't start playing it until well after 1.4.5 released. It was somewhere around like February or March, so really not that long. So I'm a builder with a lot more to learn. Mistakes will be made, and I guarantee that you will be yelling skill issue at me more than once during this series, but hey, we were all newbies once, so you know what, I've got more to learn. So rules for a challenge are kind of important, and here's the thing. The original plan was to have it that all NPCs would have a decent house when they want to move in, and any underground manors that I encounter would have to be renovated as I go. I then later revised it so that it would be free reign during pre-boss, but yeah, I may have ended up a little ahead of myself, as you'll discover. So consider Season 1 a bit of a pre-season, if you will. I'll definitely be making nice houses for NPC I currently have, and I'll be renovating some of the underground manors before venturing into hard mode. But when we hit Season 2, and Season 2 is going to be when hard mode happens, we are going to be locking in for these rules. Also, since this is a 1.4.5 playthrough, that does mean it's totally vanilla. You might see some slight differences in the beginning, as I had a couple of resource packs that I later turned off and then later turned some back on. You can see what ones I've got right on the screen right now. But there's no other mods for me. That means Magic Storage, my beloved, I already miss you. Also, no exploit shenanigans, so things like liquid duplication are fine, and if I need to go into a side world for, a lot of a resource, then cool. But, no money tricks, no hoiks, and I know that hoiks are a game mechanic, I just haven't bothered to learn them, or anything like that. Now I see you, YouTube watcher, you're shaking your head, you go in no master mode, just indulge me. I'm still new, it's a new series. I figured I would start off easy. When we get into Season 3, if we get there, I've got some good ideas, and Master Mode will, of course, be included. Now, I named the world Terraria because the EBFG in my name stands for Eternal Blue Forever Green, sound till I die. Hey! I started off by talking to our guide Kyle and educating my Twitch chat about how I can give Kyle an item, and then he'll show what crafting recipes it's a part of. And then after that was everyone's favorite initial Terraria activity, chopping those trees. Now, the next goal was to selflessly sacrifice myself to the slimes in order to have enough gravestones to create a graveyard biome. But had I known what my first few moments in this world were going to be like, trust me, I wouldn't have bothered. And, while I may be a noob, I do know a few things. Had I been playing on my own, I would have hidden a hole until the first night was over. But there's one thing I'm terrified of more than getting killed at night in Terraria, and that is boring my Twitch chat, so I tried to soldier on, though eventually I had to cave and burrow in for a little bit. Then after that crazy first night, I decided that discretion is a better part of valor, and I got rid of some of those tombstones in order to prevent the full graveyard biome going on. We can always come back to that another time. And then while exploring, I found the Desert Pyramid, which had a chest containing the magic carpet. I would have loved the sandstorm in a bottle, but I'm not going to turn my nose up at this. I also found a living tree, so I snagged the living room because it was just lying there, and then I also got the living wood wand and the leaf wand in a chest. And both of those tools are going to be absolutely fantastic to get early game. It's going to be a builder's best friend. Glad I got him early. Well done. Kudos me. And then while doing some more exploring, I did get an alert that the merchant finally showed up to town. And yes, I'm skirting the rules of my own challenge by putting him in temp housing, but hey, I came up with a challenge, I can figure out how things work as I go. At any rate, I was finally able to sell some excess items and purchase the piggy bank, so I finally have some quasi-portable storage. And along with that, I was able to craft a stronger pickaxe too, because friends don't let friends use copper pickaxes. And now let's do a quick-fire lightning round of what I got up to before starting my first real house in the world, which is the whole point of the challenge. I found my first life crystal, which was right underneath the pyramid, and then also found the Dune Rider boots in the chest, so hey, movement speed, let's go, baby. I grabbed some material used for making dye, which will eventually spawn the dye trader. Now, should I have done that with tons of things to build already? No. Am I going to continue making poor decisions like these? Absolutely. Did an Epic Gamer organizing session after exploring, and then the nurse arrived, and it took forever for me to actually locate her that she actually left for the day. So she came back the next day, it's no big worry there. And also the demolitionist arrived, so that's another NPC to make housing for, yay. And then continuing to break my own challenge rules, I set up some temporary housing in the desert just to get a second pylon, and I also got my second life crystal, so that's fun. We're on our way slowly but surely. Emphasis on the slowly. Also right there was my first underground manor discovery, so let's add that to the list. And while on the topic of exploring, I found the Finch staff in another living tree chest, and that's going to be a summoner's best friend until Abigail comes around. And speaking of classes, we're going summoner for this one. I also built another temporary house in the snow biome, and why I didn't make two is truly a mystery for the ages. Now, finally, I ended up venturing out to the ocean and encountered everybody's favorite NPC, the Angler. Yeah, he's an entitled little brat, but that brat's going to eventually hook me up with some very helpful things, so I'll deal with it. I also built a slightly better than usual house for the kid, and a better place for him is going to be the first build project I tackle. It probably won't be the first one that I finish, but that's ADHD for you. Oh, and I also bought the forest pylon, I found a magic mirror, and set up a bed spawn point. Yes, it's in the guide's house. Yes, we're sharing a studio apartment. What about it? I'm broke. And as an aside, can we discuss the wind effects in this game now? I mean, look at this banner just kind of floating in the breeze there. It's a nice effect, and I really dig it. Also, if you want to giggle at a total noob moment, this is me discovering that you can actually stack up all nearby chests in this game. I kind of feel like a dumbass for not noticing this sooner. The problem is just finding the right... Actually, hold on. Quick stack to nearby chest. Right click to stock similar stack to nearby chests. Oh, well that's a game changer. I also set up a temporary house for the guide. It's nothing too special, and we'll come back to it later, but you know what? He's got to have a place. And I think that's a good place to end this first episode of Abandoned Manors. If you made it to the end of the video, I do ask that you consider leaving a like and subscribing if you want to see future episodes. I'm at the very beginning of my YouTube journey, so I'm hoping to reach 100 subscribers by the end of June. So of course, liking and subscribing will help push this out to more folks, and don't worry, I'm not going to ask you guys too much. I have a lot of footage in the can, so I'm hoping to get an episode out once a week, maybe every other week. We'll see. Again, ADHD. And also, if you want to see me play Terraria in real time, check me out on Twitch. I stream 3 to 4 times a week starting at 11 a.m. Pacific time, and dual streaming is coming to YouTube soon, hopefully. I'm Storm Martin EBFG, your friendly neighborhood streaming dad, and I will catch you in the next episode. Take care, and remember that Dad's proud of you.